and welcome to my channel. This is Wildflower Mama Witch. Today I am so excited to be bringing you messages from the mermaids for the new year, for 2023. I am at the beach in the sand watching the beautiful waves crash into the shore. I'm at Marine Street Beach. This is my favorite place in the world. I'm so grateful to be here today, under the sun, by the sea, to bring to you these New Year messages from the mermaids. We have today piles number 1, 2, and 3. Please feel free to choose 1 pile, 2 piles, or all 3. The timestamps will be down below. Got some shells on each pile, and we've got a few little fun guys, some kelp on each of the piles. 1, 2, and 3. Today I've got a new microphone set up, so hopefully it's working really well, especially with the waves in the background. But I just thought that it would be really beautiful and really fun for me to bring to you messages from the mermaids while sitting beside the ocean, while really being able to see and feel that magic along with the cards that we have here today. I've got the Mermaid Tarot, I've got the Oracle of the Mermaid, and I've also got some Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. Alrighty, let's get into your readings. Thank you so much for being here. Alrighty, friends, if you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. This is New Year messages from the mermaids. And first things first, I'm going to pull however many come out. I'm looking for maybe 1. Oh, that was not how I was hoping it would go. I'm hoping to pull 1, maybe 2 cards from the Oracle of the Mermaids as kind of like themes. Like, what is the main message that you need to hear about your new year? Okay, so this card came out. Number 26. Sorry, I just touched the microphone. Number 26, breathing deep. Entering into life. Exchange of life-bringing energies. This is air. Number 26. That's a really, really beautiful card. So far, so good. All right. So I'm going to read to you the meaning from the book, because this deck is very in-depth in the book. It says, "The mermaids sing, 'For a moment now, be still. Be still. Pause in the breath. See what it feels like to be in the in-between moment. Now consciously begin the cycle of breathing, the intake of air, the pouring past your nostrils of the air, the sensation, the feeling, the expansions of the lungs, the slight moment before you release, then the beautiful moment when all that your body did not need, wish for, integrate is released.' If you have received this card, the mistresses of the deep breath, the merfolk, are asking you to explore the breathing you are doing, to make it conscious, just for a time, until your own capacity to enter into the beauty of exchange with the trees and the ocean's beds of oxygen-creating plants becomes closer and more appreciated. You sometimes still believe you are separate and alone in the universe, but every breath you are breathing is not new. The same molecules have passed through others, have been exchanged over and over again. Now it is your time to exchange the energy, to take it into you, and to allow yourself to expand and feed your every selves. It is time to challenge your own patterns of the most fundamental nature, your breathing." Okay, and then it also says divination. You have the capacity to take nourishment and oxygen in far more deeply than you are allowing yourself at present. It is time to introduce the idea of breathing far, far more deeply and of holding the breath so that you know you are safe and traveling into areas where you have not been before. The ability to breathe deeply and to swim underwater will encourage you to believe in your own courage and potential and develop your lung capacity. Give yourself time in a place renowned for air that is pure, nourishing, exhilarating. Smells, scents, sounds, all carried on air and enter into you. Drink in life, breathe deep, and fill yourself with the essence of life. So, wow, right off the bat, before I even pull any tarot cards, I feel like the mermaids are wanting you to really focus on the air quality around you this coming 2021 year. They want you to really focus in on breathing techniques. If you're somebody who experiences anxiety or depression, panic attacks, anything like that, just simply breathing in and out can have profound effects on your current mood. And if you're doing these kinds of practices more regularly, you can oftentimes stop those really intense feelings before they turn so intense. You can kind of bring yourself back down a little bit. But I feel like when I'm looking at this picture here, what I'm thinking is like maybe you and a partner or a friend or somebody that you're close with, maybe you need to get out into some fresh air. I think that might be something that you're really wanting to call in this year, this 2023. I think that maybe you're really tired of just like being in the house. Maybe you're tired of breathing in that city air. So I think you need to maybe just, even if it's out by the beach, go to the forest, take a walk somewhere where the air is a lot more clear. I just heard the stars too. Like maybe you want to see stars, but the air isn't clear enough where you're at because of light pollution. I'm also thinking right now too of, I just was watching Frozen 2 this morning, and Olaf talks about how water has memory, and that the water that's inside of you has passed through on average about 4 other humans. And so I'm feeling like something similar is probably the case with air, like the card said. The air that is in you, that you're breathing in, the air that is around you, is air that has passed through other people, other humans, other living beings, plants. It's been in the water. So I just feel like being more conscious of the air that you're breathing in and out is just something that is really important for this coming year. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot, some mermaid tarot. We have the Empress. Woo. We have the Four of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Get one more. The Six of Swords. Okay. So the mermaids want you to know that in 2023, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful year of creation, fertility, of that, just that, of creating, of, it's for some people, I'm feeling like with this card and with the Empress card, could very well be giving air to a life, like entering into life, exchange of life bringing energies. So maybe for some of you, you and a partner could be making a baby. This Empress is pregnant here. Again, if that does not resonate, then that is not for you. That's a very specific message for somebody. Got a little ant crawling on that card, so I feel like that is totally going to be the case for someone. But someone was probably bothered by that. So if that's not what you want, then that will not be what you get. I feel like you've been kind of maybe in this place of solitude, of really just like resting and taking care of yourself. And I feel like with this coming year, there are going to be so many opportunities that it may even become a little bit overwhelming. And so that makes sense with air and what I was talking about with the breathing techniques. I think that this year, while it is a really, really beautiful thing to have so many opportunities with this Empress card, I think you're going to be creating a new stream of income. You're going to be creating the life that you've always wanted, or maybe it is the family that you're starting, but it's going to be a bit overwhelming. And so those breathing techniques and getting fresh air is going to really help you to remain calm and to remain focused through these distractions. But also, with the Six of Swords, I'm seeing that there could be a lot of travel too. And so again, with air and like trying to travel somewhere where you can get fresh air is like a really big deal for you guys this coming year. The mermaids are really, really wanting like air quality and fresh air to be like your main focus of the year. And if that's not something that resonates with you, then this probably isn't the pile for you. But I'm hearing travel, I'm hearing lots of choices, lots of opportunities. And so with that chaos, I'm hearing just you're gonna have to learn how to just hold on tight and let this guy take you where he's gonna go. Wherever you are meant to go is where you're going to go. And so you just gotta hold on tight and breathe and just know that all of these opportunities that are coming your way, they were meant to find you, and the right ones, if you just hold on tight, they will find you and they will work out, whichever are the ones that are meant for you. There will be stops along the way that aren't necessarily where you were trying to go, but you have to just hold on tight and trust that there are certain things that you're going to need to learn on the way. There's certain energies that need to be exchanged. There's certain places that you need to see. And with making a baby, and I say that with air quotations because it's not an actual baby for some of you, for probably most of you, but when you're coming up with a business, when you're working on a creative project, you have to be willing to be patient in the process, because pregnancies, metaphorically speaking, or for some of you literally, but they take a while. It takes a while, but what comes at the end is something so beautiful and worth it. But you have to be present in the journey, because that is just as much a part of it. There is so much transformation and learning that comes with the journey along the way to the creation, or to the final result, or the final destination that you're trying to reach. So I'm going to pull a couple of Moonology manifestation oracle cards and see if I can get any more messages from the mermaids regarding pile 1's 2023. So full moon in Scorpio, this card jumped right out. Shout out to my Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio sun and moon. But it says break through the tension. And I'm going to read that because I feel like I remember the book saying something specifically about about breathing. Ooh, it says there's a strong sexual energy around you now. The good news is that sexual energy is very creative. After all, it leads to an act that creates humans. Okay, definitely for some of you, you are actually creating a human. So, if that was the confirmation you needed to hear, there it is. Others of you may just be in a very passionate sort of relationship, and it doesn't, gender, sexuality, it's just the sun is shining right now because, this is a seemingly male-female relationship, and that is the typical way to create a baby, but there are other ways, there are other things going on. So just, whatever fits for you. It says a tense situation could be about to boil over, so go carefully. Time spent outdoors will help you to calm your emotions as well as increasing your general well-being. You need to find a balance between your emotions and your sensual side. Don't deny this part of yourself. Use the energy to create what you want. Okay. So, yeah, and then somewhere else it says to breathe. So, yes. Oh my goodness. So, wow, the sun is like shining bright. Like it hasn't been fully out until right now. And I feel like it's just here to be like, yes, breathe through the tension. Like I said, it's really, really important for you to get outside and breathe fresh air, to practice some grounding, okay? Because there may be some tensions, there may be some distractions and some chaos along the way. Things might be getting a little spicy between you and someone. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. Like, it could be, I mean, not, like, it could be a good thing if things are getting a little spicy, if you know what I'm saying, like that. But if maybe there's some tension between you and somebody else, or things haven't been going the way that you guys have been wanting them to go to, maybe even in regards to fertility or to buying a house or where you want to move, that kind of thing. I'm going to pull some charms and see if I can get any additional messages from the mermaids for pile number 1. Okay, you got the squirrel. And so right away, that to me is like collecting acorns. So I think that you are saving up, maybe for a trip, maybe saving up for starting a family, possibly. But the mermaids are saying if you aren't saving already, it's time to put some acorns away for whatever it is. If it's traveling, if it's some sort of opportunity, some sort of maybe like class or certification that you're wanting to get. But I'm definitely hearing that you need to put some acorns away. You need to save up a bit, or maybe look at your spending habits. You got a lot of letters. You got C, M, F, and O. It like almost says comfy. Sorry, I'm blocking it with my hand. But that could be calm, moff, moof. No, I don't know. That doesn't really spell anything, but that could be somebody's initials, your initials. It could have some sort of significant meaning to you. So let me know if that's the case. You got the little mini Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups. And so the sun is like out. Like I think, yeah, you can tell now that the sun is out and about. It is shining bright upon me and you're reading right now. As I'm about to say that the Queen of Hearts or the Queen of Cups is somebody who can really be in control of her emotions. You're able to use your intuition and you're able to feel your feelings without letting them overtake you. So it's kind of like when you're in the ocean and you're letting the wave, like you're feeling the waves come. You're feeling them pull you, backwards as you're walking out. You feel it tugging you a bit, but you're not letting it knock you over. You're so aware of yourself and the water around you and what moves you need to make, that the waves are not strong enough, or rather you're stronger than the waves. So you're not letting them knock you down. You're not letting your emotions take control and overwhelm you. You are kind of rising out of them like this beautiful dragon, and you're able to see kind of the bigger picture. And I feel like that is because of breathing through the tension, of breathing strategies, of taking a step outside into fresh air, of taking regular little trips to the forest, to the beach, to the mountains, to the desert. Whatever is your safe, happy place, I'm hearing. Because right now I'm at my safe, happy place. It's so beautiful. The sea air is like rejuvenating me. It's cleansing me. It's charging me all at once. And so I'm really feeling like that's something that you are being called to do by the mermaids. And if you're watching this and if you feel drawn to working with mermaids or hearing from mermaids or just mermaids, it could very well be the beach. So if you have somewhere close enough to you that you can go hang out at the beach for a bit, or maybe you could listen to waves white noise on YouTube, or maybe if you're not close to a beach, or you're feeling called to be close to a beach, maybe that is where you are going to be traveling in 2023. I feel like, yes, I'm hearing for a lot of you, like it's time to plan a trip to the beach, or if you live by the beach and if you feel like you're not going to the beach as often as you like, make sure you're making time. Make sure you're making time to go to the beach and connect with the mermaids, connect with the life that you want to live. All right? So, again, 2023, I really feel like getting outside into fresh air, to pure, clean air is going to be the major theme or goal of the year for you. So please let me know if this resonated. Oh, and I forgot about the little cat. And the cat has a little stick in their mouth. I feel like it's outside. Like, I don't know why. It's a cat, but I feel like it's playing fetch, and I feel like cats normally these days are kept inside. Sorry if you guys can hear the helicopter going by. I'll wait a second. But this cat also kind of reminds me of a tiger, and so that's what I'm feeling like. You are not meant to just be cooped up inside. Like, you are meant to, even if you're just like brushing your hair in the morning, like go outside and sit on your porch. Go sit on the beach. Like, this is reminding me of like the Grand Canyon, or just like the desert, with the scorpion. Like, take some trips. I think you're somebody who really might enjoy camping or road trips. But yeah, you are not meant to be a house cat. You're meant to be outside. You're meant to play. You're meant to explore. You're meant to catch your own food, catch your own fish. You're a tiger. You're not a house cat. Okay? All right, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed this New Year messages from the mermaids. Please let me know if you liked it, if it resonated, and if you would like to hear more readings from me in the future, please subscribe. And thank you. See you again soon. Alrighty, my friends, if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading for New Year messages from the Mermaids. I am so excited to see what the Mermaids have to say for you. Pile number 2. I'm going to pull 1 or 2 cards from the Oracle of the Mermaids. The sun is on its way to setting. I'm hoping that I will have enough time to do pile number 3's reading as well before the sun goes all the way down. But I'll definitely have time for pile number 2. 2023 messages from the mermaid for pile number 2. I can't believe they're making me work for. Okay, I have flipped over and it's not fallen out 3 times now. The card telepathy, non-verbal communication, energetic pulses, mind reading. So I am going to take that card for you and I am going to read it. I accidentally just put a bunch of my cards the wrong way. Okay. So that's number 30. Get some water. I've got my mermaid cup. You can even see that. Okay. Number 30, telepathy. The mermaids sing. Once you could all speak without a sound being made, and the sounds you did make were sacred, purposeful, full of intent. Now we hear you speak and speak, saying nothing, using air to create sounds to fill a void, but none of you understanding the hearts of others as well as you might. You begin to reconnect with the sea and the shore and the creatures that swim and breathe in 2 worlds. You will begin to understand all peoples' and beings' communications without the words you love to use and use and use. There can be immediate empathy, transparency, all can be seen, and so all was there, open, available to be known. When you were a Lemurian, you spoke without words with your energy, and you communicated with your energy all the time. Lemurians could telepathically broadcast messages across vast distances, and were often linked via a silver cord of energy that would flow from the solar plexus through to other beings' energy systems. These cords plugged in across miles, oceans, continents, solar systems, galaxies, hair, body hairs, and skin, organs. Every cell within every Lemurian was sensitive and tuned in. Many of your indigenous people, of whom you are one of course, know the power of their hair. In Lemuria, hair was like a receptor. Hair received information from far away, and each strand found unfurl and live live quite independently. Could unfurl and live quite independently, sorry. It's a function of your DNA deactivation tragedy that you now have incapacitated your own ability to receive messages. Instead of this immense interconnection being overwhelming, as it would be if you connected with everyone around you in your daily life in this way today, Lemuria is resulted in feelings of fullness, love, satisfaction, and connection. Now, in this lifetime, these ancient abilities you once possessed are returning. You are now beginning to comprehend and understand subtle energy, and you are able to see and read auras, telepathically communicate, and sometimes even know what will take place in the future. Oh my goodness. If you receive this card, you may be one of the people who feel lost when it comes to words, or less open to have conversations as they seem to never express what it is you feel so deeply. You prefer to let your energy shine through and speak for you. Many people are labeled with medical terminology if they are silent, when in fact they are constantly communicating, just in ways that are advanced, subtle, yet ancient. They are open-energied and communicate effectively and are in harmonious attunement with animals, plants, crystals, song, more so than with conversation, and the jousting competitive turn much of that can take. You may also find yourself connecting telepathically with memories stored in crystals, trees, and sacred sites. You too can connect with your telepathy and true wisdom by connecting with these sacred spaces, crystals, and trees, huge bodies of water like the Pacific, which is literally right over there, um, are brimming with energies and memories. You are one who can read them and one who can speak the language of energy. Okay, that was really long. That's one of the longer um, passages from that book for the Oracle deck. But I get this card all the time, and I love it because how freaking powerful, and also what a beautiful message to receive while sitting right next to the Pacific. I feel like for 2023, the mermaids are really wanting you to connect more with energetic pulses. When I looked at the card, that's where my eyes were drawn. You're really being called to focus more on energy and nonverbal communication or mind reading rather than talking with your words. I think that sometimes, I think you have a really, really strong intuition, and I think sometimes you don't fully trust it because you're too quick to ask questions or you're too quick to listen to what others have to say when you already know how someone feels or what they're going to do just based off of their energy. So I'm going to pull some mermaid tarot cards as well to see what else the mermaids have to say about the new year for you. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, that's beautiful. Right away, I feel like with telepathy, like in the background of this card, it's like there's people alive at the dinner table, but there's also like generations, and this one is kind of like fading into the background, so it makes me feel like that is a spirit guide, that is an ancestor. So I think that you in 2023, the mermaids are wanting you to connect more with past loved ones, with ancestors, spirit guides, with the mermaids themselves. But what I see 2023 already, without even pulling the other few cards, it has in store for you so much abundance, and you are going to be so completely blessed. And I'm just looking at the heart that they're making there. Like, I see a lot of gatherings for you. I see a lot of really good times with friends, with family, friends that are like family. I just see a really, really blessed time. And then you got the Three of Pentacles as well. So yeah, I feel like you're really going to be receiving a lot of support and a lot of quality time with other people, with members of your community. You might be working with others in your job, in your career. You also got the Ace of Wands. And so I feel like there's this some sort of newfound passion and energy that may be even coming along with your spiritual gifts of telepathy. For some of you, I'm feeling like maybe you might need a haircut. I really need a haircut right now, and it talked a lot about hair, and I feel like maybe some of you have some split ends, some tangly ends, and maybe it's interfering with your ability to communicate. So I'm thinking that some of you may need a haircut this new year. All right. You also got the King of Cups, and that is really beautiful as well. King of the Cups cards are really really powerful intuition cards as well. So I just feel like you are really in 2023 focusing a lot on your intuition and on other people's energies. And I think that sometimes it may scare you a bit that picking up on people's energies or being able to read people's energies will affect you negatively. But this year you are learning how to remain in control and strong in your own emotions and feelings and energy while being able to sense others. And I think that more often than not, you're going to find really beautiful energies and really beautiful feelings and thoughts about you from the other people around you or about life in general. I'm going to pull a couple of Moonology Oracle cards to see if there's any additional messages for the new year from the mermaids for 2023. You got Know You Are Loved, New Moon in Libra. So that is really beautiful. Let me see if there's any other messages for pile number 2. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. So yeah, I feel like the mermaids want you to know that they love you. The mermaids love you. The mermaids want to connect with you. And so do your ancestors, so do your spirit guides. Some of your ancestors and spirit guides may very well be mermaids. But you are so beyond love. Like, your table here is full of friends and family, either or, both. It's full of a wide variety of like generations. Like, you've got yourself and, you know, maybe your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, your great great, like it just goes back so far, and there is just so much love in this new year all around you, and even in your work. Like, the people, I think that maybe you either are continuing or starting out a new area of work where the people around you aren't just your coworkers. Like, they are becoming your friends, they are becoming your family, and you just feel really loved. You feel really seen and heard. Some of you may already have this, but some of you, I think it's important that you know that this is coming, because I think you've been waiting a long time for it. And I think that that's where your newfound like passion and drive and inspiration and creation is going to come from, because finally you know that you're so loved by those around you, not just in your home life, but also in your work life or school. And with the Be Humble card, I feel like that's just a nice reminder that while you are on your way to being the King of Cups, you're not quite here yet. You're still working on your intuition. You're still working on your nonverbal communication. You're still working on reading other people's energies and other people's minds. So just remember that while you do have great gifts, those gifts are still being honed in upon. Those gifts are still being sharpened and worked towards. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some charms to get any additional messages for you, pile number 2, from the mermaids for your new year. Okay, we got the little Aquarius charm. So I feel like you or someone you know could be an Aquarius. You could have major Aquarius placements, or they could. Maybe that could be an ancestor or a spirit guide that you know of, a loved one who's passed. Aquarius is also known as the water bearer, and I am sitting by the ocean. I got this key, and so I feel like maybe you're moving in 2023. Maybe you're getting a new place. Maybe you're with the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe you're moving into an office building with others. Maybe you're moving back home with family or by family, but definitely like some sort of new key to somewhere. I feel like this is for a physical place. That's what I'm hearing. And then your last little charm is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is really, really beautiful with all of this, because it's childlike play, childlike joy. And so I feel like you, with getting closer with family, with having more family gatherings, with, you know, feeling more open and close with coworkers, or fellow students or whatever it is for you. I just feel like you guys are going to be experiencing so much pure joy. Like, you guys all are just going to be like, I just see a lot of family gatherings where maybe there's going to be like a lot of kids running around, and maybe you yourself need to run around with those kids and just remember like what it is to be joyful. And you don't even have to talk. Like, kids don't even talk sometimes when they play. They just run and they laugh and they smile, and they all know that they're having a good time. All right, so that is all I have for you today, pile number 2. This was so much fun. This was New Year messages from the Mermaids, and thank you so much for listening. Let me know if this resonated with you. If you would like to hear from me with more messages from Mermaids, more messages regarding the new year, all that good stuff, more charm casting and whatnot, please subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. Again, if you have something glorious or mind-blowing to say about it, or just to say that it didn't even make sense. Whatever. Just say hello. Alright, thank you again, pile number 2, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Alrighty, pile number 3, last but not least, I have got some New Year messages from the Mermaids for you for your upcoming 2023 year. I'm going to start with a card or two from the Oracle of the Mermaids as just a kind of general theme or something specific that the Mermaids want you to pay attention to this coming year. You've got Atlantis, number 19, rapid development, excellence, success. And you've got number 31, coral's wisdom, colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Huh, that's really interesting because this talks about rapid development and like excellence and success. But this kind of talks about, and it's kind of like a more like emperor type of vibe. But then I feel like this is kind of a little bit more of like an empress vibe where it's like delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. Like, these are kind of two different ways of being. So I feel like the Mermaids right away are kind of saying that your 2023 is going to have some very different energies along the way. I'm going to pull some tarot cards to kind of get some, see if we can get some clarification on these things. The sun is setting as we speak. It is so beautiful. So I'm going to try to not rush, but wrap up quick enough so that I can get you your messages before the sun goes down. All right, so you got the sun, the 9 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, ooh, and the High Priestess. Anything else for pile number 3 from the tarot? Whoa. Okay, I just dropped a bunch, but no, I don't think there's any more from the tarot. Okay, so with rapid development, with excellence and success, that makes a lot of sense with the Sun card. And same with the Ace of Wands. Like, there is maybe, I'm seeing maybe in like the first part of the year, like, it's kind of like when people, you know, they make New Year's resolutions and they like, right off the bat, they're like going to the gym every day. They're, you know, staying super on top of their new goals and routines, like for January. But then I feel like there may be some worry when that starts to slow down. I think that the very beginning of your year, like you might be building a business, you might be heading into a new career, you might be moving. And I see a lot of like really, really bright success, a lot of passion, a lot of excitement in the first like several months to the first half of the year. I'm seeing like a lot, like I don't know, this wand kind of just looks similar to her to me. And then the High Priestess and Coral's Wisdom kind of looks similar to me, where I think, like I said, there might be moving forward from this like place of a lot of success, a lot of movement, a lot of passion. I think when that slows down a bit, it might cause some stress and some worry. But there's really no need. And I think that the wisdom here is that while super rapid development and success and this like fiery passion, while that is really good for moving things forward and taking action, also know that that can make things a bit fragile. And in the 2023, I think what you're really working towards is learning to have patience, consistency, and like just really keeping up with something over a longer period of time. I think that you have a lot of really, really big goals that require a lot of energy, but not just the fiery energy. Like, yes, take action. Yes, be passionate. Yes, soak up the sun, soak up the success, but also pay attention to the moon, is what I'm hearing. Pay attention to those long-term goals and know that they cannot just come overnight. You have to put in this work. You have to put in the energy. You have to put in time and attention. You have to study. You have to keep learning new things in order for this empire to continue to grow. And while it may not feel like at times later on in the year, it might not feel like it's growing as rapidly as you would like it to, or it's not as successful in this exact moment. And that is, like I said, causing lots of worry and stress. But if you just keep trusting, you keep making sure that you are in alignment with your goals, in alignment with what your purpose is, and you know that great works come from longer periods of time. Like, yes, you can have really beautiful, abrupt forward movement and creations, but also in order to build something that lasts, which is what I really feel like you're trying to do here, you have to be more patient. You have to like look at the long haul a little bit more. All right, I'm going to pull some Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards now. So pile number 3, 2023, messages from the mermaids. All right, you got first quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. And shout out to my Scorpios. I can't remember if it was pile number 1 or 2, but they got a Scorpio card as well. And I am a Scorpio sun and moon, so there may be some big Scorpio placements out there, or you just need some Scorpio energy in your new moon. So I'm going to read just a little bit from there to see if it's got anything profound to say. When it comes to pushing through your fears and any other negative feelings, you're going to have to dig deeper. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, because fear blocks us. Make time to clear any toxic feelings around you. Don't let pride stop you from showing how dearly you want something. It's okay to be vulnerable. If you know the people you're dealing with are trustworthy, think about others as much as yourself. Ooh. Oh, and interesting when I was talking about the sun and the moon, also the sun is setting right now. So it's like, it, it says the light, there's light and shade in your situation, and you need to embrace it. Don't get stuck on one idea and refuse to budge. Think what a mental detox would involve for you. For example, avoiding people you argue with and violence on TV, etc. Make time for it soon. So yeah, I think that something in 2023 is causing you a bit of like anxiety. Like maybe you're like, maybe there's people who don't believe in your dreams and it's kind of causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. They're constantly kind of getting down on you and your ideas and what you're building. And so I feel like that is definitely something that's blocking you. Could also be, like the card was saying earlier on, fear, just this fear of like what happens when things start to slow down, what happens when I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor immediately. But you have to release those blocks. You have to know that like the long-term hard work is how you sustain your kingdom. You will not always have the intense sunlight. You will not always have this Ace of Wands burst of energy. So you have to release the fear of like what comes in those moments, because you will always be taken care of and you will always be slowly working towards those long-term goals, so that there will come a point where you will be able to ebb and flow between rapid development and slow growth and focus on more balanced life. You have to release the fear of what comes in those slower times. All right, so I'm going to pull some charms for you, pile number 3. Any additional messages from the mermaids for your new year? The sunset is gorgeous. The sky is pink. The water is even blue and pink. It's reflecting off the sky. Okay. We got the moon again. So definitely wanting to pay attention to the moon and, oh my gosh, and the sun. So that's a really loud message of the whole sun and moon thing. You have such a dichotomy going on. You have to find a balance between the hard work and the rest. You have to find a good happy medium of like working with the sun's energies, working with the light, but not getting burnt out, and of working with the shadows, working with the moon, but not getting sucked into the darkness, is what I'm hearing really loud and clear. You also got the Joker, which I think of as the Fool. And so I just think that in 2023, you're really the mermaids are asking you to kind of approach life as if you were a fish out of water. Not a fish out of water, as if you were a mermaid who has just walked out of the water for the first time with a fresh pair of legs. Kind of interesting because she's got legs. So yeah, like just go through life with like this really open heart and open mind and just kind of see where it takes you. Because again, there will be times when things are more full of energy and when they're not. When things will be seemingly really successful and when things seem really slow and like nothing is working out. But all in all, you definitely, I think in the grand scheme of things, this year is going to be pretty rapidly developed, pretty excellent, pretty successful. But in certain moments, it's going to feel a little bit slow. Like it's not rapid growth. But over the course of the whole year, I'm really seeing like this is your empire building year. And you also got the Two of Wands. And so, yeah, I feel like it's just like this energy of you need to take a leap of faith. Like there is in the beginning of the year, like I said, there is this like really fiery energy that's like you're being set up in the beginning of the year to like really propel yourself forward. So you have to decide, like, are you going to ride these energy waves as they come, Or are you going to sit in this fear of like what's going to come after those energies, those waves wear off? You have to just like learn how to ride these waves of passion and creativity as they come, and then sit in the okayness of like, okay, now I'm still resting is also productive, but also like as I rest I can, I don't know, reflect and make some subtle more plans for when I do have these bursts of energies again. If that makes sense. So I really just feel like this year is definitely a year of like just finding the balance between the light and the dark, releasing the blocks both ways so that you don't get burnt out, but so that you are making progress. And just really kind of learning to ebb and flow between creating and resting and empire building and restoration, you know? You also got the hanger. And so I don't know, this is a very specific message, but I feel like fashion, something about fashion is really specific to one of you. That could be like your passion, the business that you're trying to build. And then you got the Pisces charm, and it says intuitive. And the High Priestess is really intuitive, and so are Pisces. And I'm by the ocean, but you may be a water sign, especially if you were drawn to this reading. You might have a big water placement, or somebody that you know that this might have got brought up could be a Pisces major placement. But really, I'm just seeing like that energy of like dreaming really big. Don't stop daydreaming. That's what Pisces do best. And follow your intuition. Like, if you're dreaming about this life that you want to build it. I think that a lot of you, since you are so intuitive with this Pisces energy, you know what these blocks are, you know what the sphere is around, so it's time to let that go. And it's time to really focus on the balance of the light and the dark, the sun and the moon, creation, restfulness, etc. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for letting me read for you today. I really enjoyed these messages from the mermaids about your new year. Please let me know in the comments if you found some messages, if this resonated with you. If it didn't, I would love to hear it. If you'd like to hear similar messages in the future from your guides, from the mermaids, etc., whoever, source, universe, goddess, please feel free to subscribe so that you can be notified when I have new videos coming out. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.